Hi. I think you can see me. Not sure. I'm not sure I can see me because I haven't got my glasses on. I'm finally out in the van. It's uh, it's nearly 2 weeks since I come back from Yew Forest, and I've been at home. I call it home now. The bungalow, tiny bungalow. Trying to sort out stuff, trying to catch up with myself, trying to catch up with all the people I needed to see, and trying not very successfully to get on top of the bills and all of that. And I've just cracked. So last night, even though it was blowing a gale and absolutely chucking it down with rain, I got everything I needed in the van and I took off, not far away from Warwick, really, just outside a little wood. Of course, I couldn't see anything in the van because, and I had to make the bed in the van, which I don't like doing because it's a fiddle getting to it and all sorts of stuff like that. And it did absolutely chuck it down. And my side door doesn't very rarely shut securely anymore because it's come loose on its runner thing. So there was a little bit of dripping coming in the van, and I could see the wind blowing. I put a rug up, this green rug thing here. I gave up on the Reflectix fitted things because they never fitted. I just hang up this green rug with a couple of pegs and put that up, and that keeps in the warmth. And but it was blowing a bit, so I could see that there was air getting in. But it's better to have air than no air, isn't it? Yeah, and I wasn't cold. Colder now. So I put this thing on. It's colder now. But anyway, I've woken up here. I feel like I can breathe again. I can feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Nobody knows where I am. Nobody can come and hassle me. Not that they were, but you know what I mean. I miss a little garden. And normally when I'm in the bungalow, first thing I do in the morning is open the front door and just stand and look at my garden, throw some bread out for the magpies and stuff. But and then I'll leave the front door open and get in a dressing gown or something and get back in bed so I can at least breathe. But here the air's getting in anyway. Like I said, through the side door I can see the gaps and feel the air. But it's lovely and peaceful, and oh god, it's so wonderful. So I've made a decision. I'm not going to try and be a homemaker anymore, unless at some point my grandson comes to live with me again, which is another story that we're family thing that we're into. My family, a bit complicated, but anyway, going back to that, I can use my bungalow. I'll try and pay the bills, although I struggle, not because I can't afford it, just because keeping on top of it all. I'm rubbish at filling out forms and stuff these days. With the long COVID, my brain just won't cooperate. But anyway, I can get help with that. I'm on top of most of the bills. I think council tax at the moment, I've got to pay a bit of council tax. I've got to sort out water rates. I think they're the two bigger ones. And the TV licence, people can go and take a running jump. They keep writing to me and they can write all they like. I haven't got a TV and I ain't no intention of getting a licence. But yeah, the main thing is I don't have to be there. I can use the place. I can go back, I can have a bath, I can sit in my garden. It's looking really lovely now, except all the winter bulbs. The spring bulbs are all coming through now because I think it's spring already. So what they'll do when they meet winter, I don't know. There'll be a bit of a clash there, isn't it? Daffodil, frost, don't know. I can't remember. We've had that happen one year before and I can't remember what happens. I just hope the bulbs supply and I don't have to survive. I don't have to buy a whole new load of them next year. But yeah, I can use the place to have a bath, to make myself a bit of a meal. I haven't got a cooker there, but I've got things like the slow cooker and that. And there's kettle, just put kettle on. I can stay there sometimes, do whatever. But I just need to be in the van, especially now while it's really mild. And I just can't bear the thought of being cooped up all winter. I want to get away. Like, I'd be anything to be at the seaside right now. But I have got commitments around here, and that's what I was going to talk about, was the family commitments. So I've got 3 kids. One of my daughters is just back, having been away. and they're all grown up, and then I've got 6 grandchildren, plus an extra one that we kind of acquired through my the father of 2 of my grandchildren. It's his little boy, and I've been kind of helping organise contact so that they can see each other. So that's 7 kids. So yeah, and some of them, 2 of them are in foster care because their mum's not been thriving, and the littlest is living with a nan in Birmingham. So it's all very complicated. So it tends to mean that Sundays are quite busy because after church we've got kids to pick up and kids to whatever. And one of the kids is old enough now to live independently. She's living in supported accommodation because she's I'd like to say she's 18 or 19, not sure which, but she's autistic, so she needs a lot of support. Yeah, anyway, so that all keeps me busy. And then I've got like people from church and the people that we support. We've got an informal from when I was working until I got ill last October. I was working in church. We did community outreach, and we've still got a whole bunch of people, even though I don't work there anymore. In fact, I don't even go to that church anymore very often. I've joined another church, but we've got this whole bunch of people, and we meet together and we go out and we do stuff. We've got people who are basically maybe like me, think they've got ADHD. I mean, I think I've got ADHD, or autism, or learning difficulties, or addictions, all sorts of stuff. So a lot of the week is spent when I'm around Leamington, Warwick, just meeting up, going to things. We go to wellbeing cafes and stuff. Tomorrow, I think we're all hopping on the bus to go to Stratford upon Avon, because there's a place there called the Fred Winter Centre, and they're doing some sort of memorial for people who died during COVID or on the streets or whatever, and there's going to be a free curry. That's what we're going for. We're going for the free curry. But also because one of our crew goes there a lot and keeps yamping on about this place. So we're all going to go and have a look on the bus tomorrow. We're all going to go and check it out. And then hopefully while I'm there, I can go to B&M, because we don't have one in Leamington, and get a few things and drop my Christmas shoebox. I've only managed to do one Christmas shoebox for Romania, but it's ready, and I need to drop that at a church in Stratford. So yeah, that's an example of what we do. Today, I'm hiding away from everybody. I'm going to go to help my daughter out later, the elder daughter. We're going to go and tidy the shed on the allotment and go and buy her some cat litter, because she can't get it from the shops because she doesn't have transport, and other stuff like that. And I'm hoping, well, I've hinted to her that it would be really nice to have a roast dinner at her house, because I don't have an oven and I can make chicken in my air fryer, but it'd be really nice to just use her kitchen and have a meal together. And her little boy, he's my precious little Ben. He's 7 now. He's got ADHD. Very, very wild child. Loves outdoors, absolutely loves. Never happier than being in the woods, right? And he's joining beavers, the scouts. He's joining the scouts on Monday. He was playing. They were at this thing we were at this week. They were talking. They got a stand, yeah, and they got a little tent up and a sleeping bag. He always goes on and on about camping. So he was playing in this sleeping bag in this tent, and and I remember happy memories as a kid going camping with guides and stuff. I used to love it. So so that's happening Monday. His first evening with the beavers. So God bless the beavers. The lady who runs it, apparently, the Arcala or whatever, is used to dealing with ADHD kids, so we're all right. But yeah, can't remember where I went down that track now. Oh yeah, because he loves roast chicken dinners and stuff. So he loves it when I go round there. He's always asking me to sleep over, and Mum's like, "Oh, I don't want you to," but because apparently I'm too noisy in the night, I get up and go toilet and things. So if I stay there, she makes me have a potty in my room. I have to take a kettle to bed, and by the time I finished all that, I'm exhausted. I think, was it worth it? I mean, it's quite nice when I didn't have a place to live, because I could stay there for a night occasionally. But by the time I've got all this stuff in the room, because she doesn't want me to make a noise in the night and walk around at her, she's hyper alert. Anyway, see, all my family are yampy, including me. They're all yampy. But hey ho, and all the people I hang out with are yampy. Yeah, so I'm trying not to plan any getaways till after Christmas. So I'm trying to stay local, but I'm not going to be able to just live in a in a house type situation. I just can't do it. So we're going to have to compromise, I think. But anyway, that's me caught up. Hopefully next time I make a video, I can show you a bit of outdoors. I haven't actually got dressed yet and got out there, but it's looking good from here where I'm sitting in my nice warm bed in the van. So yeah, that's enough for today. I think I'll just sit and look at it for a while. Anyway, I'll catch up with you soon.